G'day guys, Ev here from Unsealed 4x4, and today we've got a very bright red Mitsubishi Triton. It's the first time I've driven the MY19, and look, to be honest, I think it's very impressive compared to the previous model. I had an MN once, the old 2.5 litre one, and it was pretty basic, but you know, it's still a basic vehicle, but I think they've made quite a few good improvements. It actually rides really well, it's a bit firm. But it rides pretty well for stock, it flexes really well for stock, the traction control is much improved, you've actually got terrain modes now. But let's take a closer look anyway. We'll go to the front and work our way back. Excuse the light, middle of the day. So now we've got the 2.4 litre. Now what do I like? Turbo's up nice and high. I don't know about this, looks like you're trying to cook a kebab, but yeah, it is what it is. Air filter's nice and big, easy to get to. There's a lot of room. It's not too cramped in here. Now you also have a nice big battery and a decent amount of space back here for a second battery. Hallelujah, about time, because a lot of these new cars, it's just a nightmare to get a second battery in. What I don't like, the alternator, it's too hot to get in there. Can't see it. The alternator is all the way down the bottom. And that's never a good thing in a four-wheel drive. So that's something I reckon we could improve upon, or they should be improving upon. Now the front end's been polarising. It sort of looks like someone with a broken jaw, if you ask me. But I don't mind it. I think it's really cool. Be interesting to see what it looks like with the bull bar, because obviously with this contours in here and just the shape itself, it's going to be a bit of an arse to get a bull bar on there. So you're having the bumper goes all the way up to there. So the engineers are going to have to get creative with that one. But I'm sure they'll come up with something really cool, because it's a pretty good looking truck, I reckon, especially for the money. You know, this is a value proposition. Let's get inside. So you got keyless entry, it's my new favourite thing. Leather for days. Again, sorry about the light here. Now, it's pretty comfy. You get everything you need and nothing you don't. It's very basic sort of switch gear. It's pretty old school looking, but hey, it does the job. And I like seeing lockers that make me happy. Aircon works really well. You got everything you need. What I like is this button here. Terrain response mode, I guess you'd call it, which basically gives you sand, mud, gravel, rock, all that sort of stuff, and we have played around with it. When you put it in rock mode, it's pretty damn grippy. So that's awesome to see. It's not just a generic traction control system. Now I don't like this cubby, it's really small, could do with a bit of improvement, but you've got quite large door pockets and a nice glove box for storage. You've got room for your phone, two USB points, and a HDMI. There's two more in the back. Look, you got everything you need and nothing you don't. I quite like that. So it's comfy inside, simple but comfy. In the back, we just had two adults sitting in here, and again, crappy light. But you've got heaps of room. Got an armrest here, and then cleverly, this zips down, so you've got access to the child anchor points, which I don't have kids, but I've been told it's a bit of a pain in the butt for people trying to actually get car seats in and out. So if you're in that position, this is a good little feature. But heaps of room, pretty comfy. Now the tray, got some stuff in the back, just got some recovery gear and some camera gear, but there's plenty of room. Heaps of room, it's nice and long. Look, this obviously is a bit of an afterthought. They've just sort of hacked into the tray liner, which isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but a very practical tray. Reverse camera on the back. Hey mum. What else have we got? Side steps that hang too low, again the aftermarket can fix that. As mentioned, the leaf sprung rear end flexes really well. Another issue hanging over from previous model is this dampener on the differential, which acts like a giant sand scoop. So I'm a bit disappointed to see they haven't rectified that, because it hangs way too low. Way too low. But otherwise, that's the MY19 Mitsubishi Triton. Now here's the big question. Would you buy one of these, knowing you're going to save a few $1,000s over, say, a Hilux, modify it, drive around the country? Because to be honest, and I own a Hilux, I reckon I probably would. I found ourselves a nasty little rut here, and terrible lighting, but we're just going to try and crawl the Triton through, show you how the traction control works, which is very impressive, to be honest. Now that's crossed up there, and it's got to climb, and it just idles through. So they've done a really good job, because it's just, I don't know, it's truck-like. For such a small motor, it just crawls through. It's a good combo with the gearbox. The gearing's nice. It's a good little thing. There's one thing we've noticed. So we're just about to dip down a pretty steep little rock climb. You've got no vision over the front end. There's something about the bonnet design. I can't see anything. I've literally got to drive with my head out the window just to actually... So lucky I've got the spotter. I've got Aidan from Club 4x4 down there. He's doing some filming. Just one thing worth pointing out, this car would be great with a bull bar, just to give you some reference to the front end. So we're going to chuck her in, she's in low, and put it into rock mode, and then first gear, and see how it goes. I thought we'd show you how much suspension travel she's got. So sticks in the way, getting poked by trees. Well, that's it, just pulling into this mud hole. There's no mud because it's so bloody dry. She's popped up. So answer your question, does it flex? Yeah, that's nearly dropping the stock tyre below the sill. Pretty cool. Not bad for stock gear.